piece of art and piece of work. A bridal client of mine is having a winter wonderland wedding, and as part of her decorative pieces, she wanted me to create a, I don't know if I can call it a centerpiece, but a decorative piece. I think it's going to end up on the wall, and I'm not sure how to go about this, but I'm sure we'll figure it out together. I'm actually quite excited for this project because I've never worked with something like this before, but I am up for the challenge. So to get this project started, I'm actually going to be working with some winter florals. The theme is Winter Wonderland. So frosted pines, frosted branches, white berries, anything that screams Winter Wonderland is what we're going for. And right now I do have, so with this, I have some frosted hollies with white berries. I have 2 of those. I have this little beautiful frosted pine branch, more variety of a frosted pine branch, and I have more pine branches, but this time with some nice winter holly leaves and berries attached to it. More berries. So these pieces, they were actually supposed to originally go into her bridal bouquet that I created earlier, but they're so short and I didn't find a place for it. So I'm going to try to see if I can incorporate it into this piece for her, because she does definitely want some bling effect on her decorative pieces for the wedding. So let's get crafting. Oh, I'm also going to be using this really beautiful white ornaments somewhere on the shoe with some white and silver berry ribbons. So somewhere around this shoe, I'm going to try to incorporate all of this to create a beautiful statement piece. So I remembered her talking to me about this shoe when we did our initial meeting. She said, "Oh, Mary, I would like you to recreate a snowshoe for my wedding as one of the decorative pieces." And I said to her, "You mean a winter boot?" She said, "No, a snowshoe." Yes, I know. I've been in Canada all these years and I don't know what a snowshoe is. So she brought out her phone to show me what the snowshoe, or what a snowshoe looks like. And she showed me this. And I was like, "Oh, that is called a snowshoe?" And she said, "Yes, that is a snowshoe." And she would like to create something beautiful with it. So here we are, creating a snowshoe for a winter wonderland wedding. So like I said, I am not sure what I am doing here with this piece, but I am most definitely up for the challenge of creating a masterpiece that our client would love. And this is my last project before the holidays, so I'm quite stoked about it, and I'm ready for the holidays as well. All right, I think the idea that I am building in my mind is something that doesn't cover the entirety of the shoe, but it will be centralized and it will be grand. It will pop as well, but we'll see where this takes us. Because of the shape of this piece, you still also want people to look at it and know that it's a snowshoe and not two tennis rackets that were joined together. So which is why I'm letting some of the saddles here, the leg saddles, show. So I'm thinking we can incorporate these like so. The beauty of working with artificial florals is that they are pliable and you can really bend them to your will. I think this looks good. I think that looks good. So we'll take the second piece. So what I'm trying to achieve here, quite frankly, is creating some sort of a border with those berries. So I'm thinking my ribbons and ornaments will end up at the top here. But then I'm looking at it, it's looking a little bit, yeah, more like this. This looks better. So we're going to bring this up as well, like we did the other side. I don't know what it is about this particular project, but I'm so excited to see the outcome. I guess I like any good challenge when it comes to working with florals. More importantly, working with artificial florals. I think that's a good base. And I'm going to continue working on this and trying to figure out the best way to present this. And hopefully by the time I'm done, we will have a masterpiece in our hands. Yeah. All right, so far, so good. Yeah, I know that I actually didn't talk about how I plan to keep all of this on the frame, but I have these two copper wires attached that goes through both shoes, and my goal is to, well, use a hot glue to keep all of this in place and then secure it even further with these copper wires. So I have gone ahead to attach some more winter branches to these. So there is this really beautiful branch that has a poinsettia attached to it. It's a white poinsettia, and I've just put that at that corner because I think it would flow really well. We should be adding a little bit more florals in and around that. So I want to add this. I really do like the whole silver poinsettia situation and the silver berries, but I'm finding that it's too green compared to everything else going on here. And I really want the silvers to shine. So I think what I'm going to do is cut off the pieces I don't want. Again, the beauty of working with faux florals. And just like that, it is updated. And I'm hoping that it does what I needed to do. I hope it adds the beauty that I'm hoping it will to this piece. And I'm only adding it to the one side of, I'm only going to add it to one side of the shoe. Maybe move this up a little bit more. What do you think? Is that working? I think it is. Yes, I'm liking that. I am really liking that. Again, we don't want this to become heavy laden. Still want the white berries to come through on this side. Yes, I think that works. I think that works. So now I want to add a little bit more florals to this. It's a wedding piece after all, and we don't want it to just be pine cones or pine branches. So I'm going to use some more winter florals, that white florals actually, that would add accents to the piece. So I will come back and show you what that looks like. So I've kind of decided on what I want to do now. So the two ornaments are going to flank like so in this bow that I just created from the rope of ribbons. Will be at the top with the ornaments somewhere around it, and the tails will find their way underneath somehow. We will figure it out. So I decided against adding florals to this piece because, well, it wasn't working. I wanted to go with these, and I thought of putting one like so, having another like so, because I didn't want it to also be too bloomy and make it as realistic as possible, but then it's not working. So I have decided against blooms. So no blooms. So now I want to go ahead and secure this piece. I have my hot glue going. This has to be my trusted partner in crime of crafts, that is. I'm going to go ahead and secure all of this together. So that we can then move on to the next item. Again, remember that I am not particularly certain the direction that I want this to go, because I haven't done something like this before. So I'm letting the snowshoe speak to me. I'm listening. And letting the florals as well speak to me, and together we will transform into something spectacular, I hope. So I guess at the end we will see. The fun thing about creativity is, for the most part, you go with the flow of the tools and the materials you're working with, and you let them direct. You let them lead the way, so to speak. In the process of creativity, you begin to learn how to things as well. Just adding a little bit more glue to keep all of this nice and firm. And remember, we're still going to use these copper wires to kind of hold everything together. I do not want, however, to apply glue to the snowshoe, because it could chip after a while, and I do not want to damage the wood. Yeah, no. My clients could decide they want to take that piece off, the floral piece, and do something else with this, and you don't want the integrity or just the craftsmanship of the snowshoes tampered with. So I'm not adding glue to the shoe, just the florals. And applying a little bit of pressure to make sure that everything stays together. So that is secure, and I'm going to go ahead and seal with a copper wire. And you want to pull that really tight. just turn it a few times. Well, whatever you do, you have to then secure the ends of the copper wire so that that's not showing through. I also do have to say that I think I did not have the copper wire myself. It actually came with a Snowshoe. I think it was from whoever had initially made something out of it for my client. So I thank them for it. So I'm just trying to move the ornaments into the center at the top, like so, with this silver bloom at the corner, like so. Now I'm going to attach the bow, and what I want the tails to do is find its way to the edges, like so. And the whole idea of the bow is to hide what will be the tails or the branches after we've cut them or trimmed them. Just fluff those up. So to secure this to that, I'm going to use a zip tie, and that is going to come all the way from the top, like so.